It's time for the Steve and Kyle podcast with Kyle.
I like the idea of every issue around this house being related to something that you did in a dream.
In a dream, one time 6 years ago or something.
Yeah. And again, it could be very bad. It could be, you threw something out against a wall. It could be something very minuscule. She told it.
I poured her coffee, or I poured my coffee before her coffee.
Yeah. Or you didn't tell her that you went to the store and got milk.
And Steve.
Yeah, so something that was actually a positive has turned into a negative.
Or you sniffed too loud when you had that cold.
Oh, yeah. I don't think she likes noises that I make ever. So, is that one of the grounds for divorce? You know how there's I
want to exclude your voice and talking? Is that...
I think she's...
Now, here they are, two guys who are living in style, Steve and Kyle.
Thank you, Melissa.
Do you think about that when we leave? Like last week, we left, and I hope I didn't. I don't feel like I pressured you into saying that your wife, quote, hates noises you make. But does that linger with you? Are you sitting there on Wednesday afternoon this past week?
Right.
You guys are having dinner. Maybe you take a bite of whatever you're eating. You go, and you think, uh-oh.
I just look up at her and I see rage in her eyes.
She might be hopping across the table to slap me if I do that again a little too loudly.
No, typically, now it's the same with the side gig too. Once the words have come out of my mouth, they're gone into the ether forever. And I forget about them.
Right.
Until I hear them in a clip that is replayed. They're just gone forever.
That's the best.
Listening to that, those two guys that we just listened to, they're pretty funny.
Those guys, they got a future in this thing.
They're pretty good.
Apologies, by the way, are on the top end because I heard from a certain wounded gazelle this week that the ads at the front end may have been one or two longer than normal.
Really?
And I'm 100% positive you and I change zero things about that.
Yeah.
So,
if that's the case, my apologies to the big dumb wounded gazelle.
Hey,
I apologize.
Hey, no, I mean no apologies. Cha-ching, baby.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we're sitting here on golden thrones this week because we made so much money.
That is why. Also, just this. And again, we talked about this when it initially happened, the big Steve and Kyle podcast windfall.
Right, that was when we got, $400?
$330. Okay. And I just find myself now seeing news articles, marketplace links, doesn't matter, of the most useless garbage possible. And I think, Steve and I need that.
Should we search marketplace for more of the little mini foods?
Oh my God!
Scoop them up for a couple bucks on the dollar.
Well, first of all, we start off threatening because we say, "Hey, you know those things are trying to murder kids, right? Do you like respiratory issues?
Trying to kill my kids?
Do you like respiratory issues, Dawn?" Okay, and then of course lowball her, buy all of them in the area, send them all back, and profit hundreds of dollars.
Yeah. Now we may have to set up dummy accounts and everything because I'm sure that you're on file.
Oh, no question.
At what was the company called?
MGA.
MGA.
Yeah, we might have to have Annette start a burner just so she can send them back.
Yeah.
We'll have to cut her in. So now we got a RICO case starting against us.
And the only thing I know about a RICO case is from The Sopranos.
Yeah, Johnny Sack running through the...
Yeah. Yeah, Big Pussy talking about RICO predicates to his guy at the FBI.
Yeah,
and I don't know anything about it, but I know it's not good.
Okay, there's some idiot is selling a mini food set for $40.
No,
idiot.
No
way. 10. No,
10.
Less. 5.
1.
Yeah, again, not threaten. Remind them that they're trying to kill kids.
But
we digress.
We're kicking off early today. This might be record territory.
Yeah, this is. Whew.
We're both sipping. Hey, cheers, there, buddy.
Got some nice hot coffee. The reason I kind of stopped bringing coffee. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that's good. Oh. Now, is that an English breakfast?
No, this is I got coffee here.
You had coffee today.
Yeah, I've been,
When
back on the coffee train.
When did we welcome you back?
Oh, months,
Months,
and I'm back in with a vengeance.
Because let's talk your history with tea. Because you know we've got obviously the tea tin up there. Where we had a listener send us tea.
With some of the worst tea.
I've never had tea, and I took a sip of that, and I thought that's my last sip of tea.
It was not great.
Now, were you on the tea train for work reasons? Like, did it help with your like less grumbly in your mouth, throat, or whatever?
No, I think that from time to time I will think to myself, I'm too addicted to this. I need to cut it out.
Tea?
So, no, coffee.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I felt like I was drinking too much coffee. It would start out as a cup a day, and then I'd switch to, go to 2 cups a day, and then some days I'd have 3 cups of coffee in a 4-hour span.
Right, you're at the show. Yeah, you're just filling it up.
This is too much.
Yeah.
I'm drinking way too much of this. So I'll cut it out, and then for 2 days I'm absolutely miserable because I'm getting terrible headaches in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I'm crashing. But after that, I'm good. And then I feel better because I'm not drinking a ton of caffeine.
Yeah.
So I'll switch to like a decaf tea, have 1 cup a day because I don't really like it, but I feel like I still need to be drinking something warm to kind of get that sensation. Tricks my brain into thinking, you're still
maybe it's coffee.
You're still drinking. Yeah, you're still drinking coffee. And then without fail, it's on Saturday and Sunday mornings because I'm fine at work, but on Saturday and Sunday mornings when Annette wakes up and she makes a cup of coffee, I think, man, because she'll get like the really fancy, kind of like you, she'll get the fancy flavored coffees depending on the season, and I'm just, man, that smells so good. Maybe I'll just have a cup. Can I get a sip of your coffee? I'll take a sip of your coffee.
So you just want to like
maybe I'll make my own cup.
It's like just heating up just like a tiny rock on the spoon.
Yep. It's like crack, is what you're saying.
You start with the smell of heroin, and then you get back into the full syringe, right? Isn't that how it works?
Yes.
I'll post that on the poll if that's how heroin works.
Yeah.
Maybe our heroin friends can let us know how that works.
I'm sure we have some friends out there who do heroin.
We have to have somebody who's at least done heroin, right? And I don't want to call anybody an addict or anything because I don't know how that works.
Heroin's bad. Heroin's real bad.
Whoa. We don't judge people.
I know.
In general.
Dead serious. I know 3 people who died of a heroin overdose.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I escaped the mean streets of a neighboring town, apparently.
Really?
I moved literally one town over in 3rd grade. And my best friend, Steve, this kid who I grew up with, would be at his house every day. We moved, and as you know, that goes at that age. Even though it's one town over, it's just enough that I never saw him again.
They may as well have not existed.
Right. Come to find out in the news, at that point, probably 8-9 years later, died of a heroin overdose.
Yeah.
So you're talking to someone who survived.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got out.
I made it. Okay.
Congratulations. Me too.
The mean streets of Granville were calling my name, and I escaped. But yeah, I'll post it on the poll. Do you smell heroin before going to full syringe?
It's rather dark. I don't even know what we were talking about.
We were talking about why we're recording so early and how you got back into the Joe,
into the coffee game.
So how long did you realistically go where you had not had coffee?
Oh, I've done it multiple times over the years.
Okay.
I mean, I know that at one point I had gone like over a year, maybe 2 years without drinking coffee. And then all it takes is that one day where I'm like, man, I'm dragging a little bit extra today, or my wife makes coffee and it smells really good. And I'm like, let me just try that. And then 2 days later, I got it in a syringe and I'm just injecting it into my veins.
So it's a full scale dive for you. Once you get that first dabble, you're fully okay.
Pretty much. It's like a light switch is flipped. And in my brain, I say to myself, this is it. This is the day. And I try to talk myself out of it. And then my brain says, stop trying to talk yourself out of this. You're doing this.
Just do it. Just do it. You're pumping yourself up in regards to coffee.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Mm-hmm. Well, we're always welcoming here on the coffee train, and we're glad to have you back.
So why are we recording this early. What happened? Because I feel like we went back and forth a couple times. I originally said, I don't know if I can do Saturday at our normal time. And you had said, yeah, let's just do Sunday. So we had Sunday planned, but then you said that Katie has something tomorrow morning on Sunday.
Yeah.
So I said, oh, okay. Turns out I can do Saturday. Yeah. Let's do Saturday at the normal time, 8:30, 9 o'clock, somewhere around there. And then you threw out a wild idea. You said, how about 7:15 or how about 7:30? And I said, whoa, big fella. Now you're speaking my language.
What you're getting right now is, okay, so for a couple days in a row now, Steve, we've had a bit of a case of allergies in their house. Not me, I'm a specimen. I don't get those.
Sure.
And so we've had a kid wake up at 5 a.m. the last 2 days.
That's not good.
And I thought, you know what, today's the day, though. Even though I knew I'd get up. So nope. 5:30 today. So we're on now day 3 of kind of just being a little grumpy. So when I tell you that I'm considering leaving this house.
Okay, but for everyone that doesn't know Kyle, grumpy is your baseline. So for you to say that you're being grumpy, how many people have you murdered?
You know, I'm really trying to keep this internalized, which I believe therapists tell you is a good thing.
Yeah. Whenever you get those negative feelings, just stomp them down.
Yeah, I make sure to squash them.
Deep down inside until they finally can't be stomped down. It's like a garbage compactor.
Yeah.
You know? Or like a cardboard baler. And they just keep pushing down. Well, eventually, those hydraulics, they can't push down any further.
Yeah.
And then all hell breaks loose.
My body at a stasis is that scene in Star Wars.
I never saw it.
Where the walls are closing in on the good guys, and they have to, they're going to get some. That's me. That's how I exist on a day to day. So when I tell you, Steve, that when I leave here in about 55 minutes, I'm considering finding a tree to run my car into, rather than do what I'm supposed to go do.
Okay, that.
I say that that's just you and I, right? Just you and I.
Yeah. I feel like that's something that if you tell a therapist, they don't let you leave. unless there's some kind of professional meeting you at the door saying, why don't you come with us?
Or someone taking the keys from you.
Say, time to take a rest there, fella.
So there's no kind way to say this, Steve, but we are in the midst of the most abominable Little League season I've ever been a part of.
I can't believe it's still going on.
Well, this is like so they do 2 seasons. They do a summer season that starts in like June.
Okay.
Or maybe even May. But either way, they stack 10 games. So boom, boom, boom. And you're done by typically July.
Yeah.
And then they do a co-op league with another neighboring town, not the streets of heroin.
Good.
The other way.
I'm worried for you.
Wouldn't let Reed out there. Stepping
Everything
on
good?
needles.
You all right? You need me to...
Almost had a slip up.
Okay. Yeah. A heroin slip up.
You never know when it's going to tug you back in. And by the way, I did not want that little laugh to make... Steve and I are not making light of addiction.
No.
And heroin.
No, we're making light of the fact that we are in no way cool enough to do heroin.
If you told me you have 24 hours to find heroin or I'm going to kill you... Just kill me now.
I'd go on Facebook.
I don't know.
I mean, I'd do everything else there.
I would go on Marketplace and I would probably take a copyrighted image of heroin from Google and post it and say, does anybody have this?
Either that or I'd go to Urban Dictionary, find out what are the street terms for heroin.
Yeah.
And then I would post it on there. Does anybody have any of this? You know.
Yeah. Just post like 8 slang terms in a row in hope that somebody will recognize one of them.
So what's the 420 for heroin?
Oh, yeah. Is it, oh, boy. I'm not going to guess. Why would I even make a guess?
There's so many numbers.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. Is it the 316? Okay. The 212? The 999s? What's the good slot machine? Would it be like the good slot machine?
Put that on the poll. What's the 420 for heroin?
A lot of heroin talk this morning.
Yeah.
I have to leave here. And like I said, go sit through this Little League game.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean this to disparage anyone involved. But this team sucks.
This team of 6-year-olds?
6-year-olds.
Okay. What's your main gripe with the team?
Steve, let me kind of work backwards quickly. We got a game this week. We had a game this week that we just sat in the bleachers. Normally we bring little bag chairs, whatever. We sat in the bleachers just because of the space this week, because everybody's got to go and cheer on these idiots. And no offense to any of those kids listening.
Hey, wait a minute.
I got to tell you, I seen them play Little League. The odds of them being able to listen, nothing.
Okay.
We sat on the top of the bleachers and a play happened, and I leaned over and I told Katie, I said, I'm going to fling myself off the back of this bleacher to end this suffering.
Now, does she share in your just absolute horror while watching these games? Or is she like, oh, it's okay, they're only... Because that's how my wife would be. Whenever I complain about something that the kids do, or she's always like, it's all right. She's always my voice of reason. She kind of brings me back. She'll say, it's all right, you know, they're 5 years old, 3 years old, whatever. Like, just breathe.
No excuse for being this bad. None. Not a single valid excuse for why this is what it is.
Is Katie worse than you are?
No, Katie is a normal person.
Okay.
Who does not seem to be mentally affected by the baseball diamond travails of a gaggle of 6-year-olds.
Okay. I can't help thinking that I got a theory here.
Yeah.
Do you have such a negative opinion of this because of your negative association with a baseball diamond?
What do you mean?
Let's go back in time.
I batted 700, Steve. I was a manager of a championship team, Steve.
Let's go back in time 8 years.
Slap singles. Okay, you're talking to slap single Kyle. SSK. Nope, not doing SS. I don't know how that happens too often on this podcast where I start abbreviating and there's always two S's next to each other. I am not starting SS Kyle.
I mean, the fact that it's a K also.
Honestly,
like you are
honestly, man, that was I set myself up there. So I don't know what you're referencing, Steve. Champion manager, 700 batting.
But before you were a manager, you were before you were a player coach, you were simply a player. I believe it was the spring 2017 season. You took the mound and then quickly.
Steve, it was April 26, 2017. I took that mound. If I remember, there was a slight mist in the air. Felt a little foggy. Definitely chilly. You know, it was April. I think I was probably wearing the high socks.
Yeah, it was opening day.
Yellow high socks I had to go their yellow Remax jerseys, Team Remax.
Highlighter yellow. If you turn around, you can see beautiful example of one hanging upside down in our studio. Autographed by the town drunk Rusty.
We had done many practices where I had really honed in my pitching, and I knew for a fact I was staring down the barrel of a couple no-hitters.
Oh, bold.
That dream lasted 3 pitches. Until I felt a bowling ball roll into the back of my foot. But alas, no bowling balls were present on that diamond.
Yeah, I was actually standing right there. I was second base.
Now that you mention it, you were standing right there.
You think I had something to do with this?
Well, I wasn't going to imply that, but I was really hopping off the field by myself there. Now that I look back 8 years.
To be honest, I thought you were joking. I had no idea what was going on. Like, what the hell are you doing? Where are you going? Even as you were hopping down the pathway out to the parking lot, which was absurdly far away.
Yeah, our friend, our teammate and fellow Yeti, Steve Rizek, former coworker, had to carry me because I got halfway down. I was like, I'm exhausted. I'm hopping on one foot like a flamingo. And I can't go any further. I've got another mile path to get to where we parked for this disaster.
I need to say right now, 8.5 years later, I apologize for my lack of action
Thank you.
in your moment of
Thank
need.
you. I appreciate it. The team was remarkably unaffected
Hey, look, we had a game to play.
by a devastating injury.
Look, 3 pitches in, and we already had to go to the bullpen.
Right. And I would assume there were some questions about when's that baby coming back.
Oh, I got a cramp.
Oh, good. A tiny, little pull in a hammy, and he's going to go lay down like a baby. But we digress. You know what? Maybe that's another thing for the therapist when I finally go, Steve, is say, hey, is this why I hate a group of 6-year-olds?
If you need me to come in as like a character witness,
right,
I'm happy to do it.
You're going to open the door, and this jerk didn't even help me off the field. And then we have to start all over.
Pull the door shut. See you later, wrong room.
So I knew from the practices that this was going to be an unpleasant little league season. They sent out an email before the season started about like tryouts, and I thought that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard for 6-year-old, because it's not like nobody's getting cut. The guy sent out an email saying, I want to balance the teams, so here's 2 nights if you can come.
Okay. All right. So it's not it's more of just like an evaluation, so we can see. All right, here's what we got. Here's what we're dealing with. So okay, I get that.
We were walking one night before that, and we saw a neighbor with a dad and a son playing catch in the yard, and the kid had his Little League shirt on. So I said, hey, did you just go to the tryouts or the evaluation?
Look at you. Talking to people in the neighborhood. I am proud of you.
Oh, boy. How about not talking to someone in the neighborhood because you had to talk to the police again about someone in the neighborhood,
Jesus,
Steve?
Really?
What? There's no time for this. I'm complaining about 6-year-olds. Okay? And what's the priority around here? Can you talk about the police when you're complaining about 6-year-olds? I'll post it on the poll. And he said, yeah, we just left there. He said, it was a mess. Okay. We waited an hour, and it was like 30 seconds. He took like 2 swings and threw 2 balls and was gone.
Wow. So it wasn't just because I figure in those situations, they're going to put the kids out on the field and just say, hey, run around, have a catch with this guy, take a couple swings at the plate. So it was literally everyone staring at your kid while they do the basics.
So I told Katie, I said, she had some work event anyway. I said, I'm not doing that. Mm-hmm. There's no way I'm leaving work, getting him dressed to go do this for 10 seconds, waiting in line for an hour. Yeah. I said, I don't care. Well, Steve, have I learned my lesson? Because next time I need to care.
Yeah.
Because I knew this team was going to be bad. Up until this year, I don't think they keep score. And that's okay. I don't care about if they win or lose or anything.
Yeah.
They care about the snack.
Oh, you're one of those parents. Once my kids start playing sports, I'll say, of course it matters if you win. Because if you don't, that means you lose. And if you add an R to lose, that's what you are.
Yep. Do you want that stigma for your
whole
life?
Loser?
You like that?
That's how we got to teach kids. That's when America was great.
When kids weren't losers is when we were actually great. Or when kids cared about not being losers. Mm-hmm. Because if you're not a loser, you know what you get to do?
You get to celebrate.
You get to call the other kids losers.
Yeah.
Okay?
You get a pizza party after the season.
It's the haves and the have-nots. Do you want to have wins? Or do you want to have losers?
Or have not wins.
Have not wins. So, I made it about 2 games where I told Katie, I said, oh, this is bad. This is really, really bad. There's of the 12 kids, there's probably 8 who have zero desire to even be playing baseball. Yeah. I don't know if it was they may have said yes to their parents or their parents forced them to do this. But
at that age, kids are so
dumb.
They're so
useless.
Not quite the words I was going to use.
Helpless. Jerks. Mentally insufficient. That's not like an insult. That's just, they're growing brains. That's how it is.
Right, yeah, not an insult.
Idiots.
That one, that's borderline insult.
Borderline, yeah. And I'll put that on the post. Idiot, borderline insult. It got bad enough to the point, like I said, where this week the game happened and a ground ball was hit directly to this kid at third base.
Go ahead, say his name.
I honestly don't know.
His name, okay, did he... I'm assuming he didn't make a good play.
I'll say this, it starts with a B. Okay?
Okay.
In my brain, though, it's like butthead now because that's just terrible.
See, before you said B, I was going to give him the name Igor because
The way he moves around the field, pretty close.
So he's got a club foot.
Yep. And then bolts sticking out of his neck. And like the inability to bend a knee. Right?
But on the opposite leg, then he's got the club foot.
Yeah.
So he's
a real mess. He picks up the ball. And again, this shouldn't be a surprise after how I described this team. Runners were on first, second, and third base.
Yeah.
He picked up.
Well, the bases are always loaded in Little League
Constantly.
games. There's always 0 outs with the bases loaded.
For us, the bases are loaded until the other team hits their 5-run limit, and then we all run off the field and celebrate. I don't know what we're celebrating. Again, we're a bunch of losers. We're the have-not winners. Okay? This kid picked up the ball with, again, 4 coaches on the field, parents in the stands, and stands there and stares at everybody run around the bases. All he had to do, he was closer to a base runner than I am to you.
Yeah.
He just had to go like this with his glove and ball that they practiced for 10 hours before games started, that they've played for 4 1+ hour games before this game. And I threw my hands in the air and I said, I leaned over to Katie and that's what I told her was, I need you to stop me from throwing myself off the back of this bleacher so I don't have to witness this again.
Yeah.
I'm at a breaking point.
Yeah.
And I had a moment yesterday where I threw my phone across the house.
Oh, that's not good.
Not like in anger, but like saw something on my phone and like underhand like threw it because I was so aggravated. Because I had an email.
Anything to do with me?
Not this one.
Okay, good.
But God, am I grumpy.
I mean, to be honest, that's all I care about.
Boy, oh boy, am I grumpy.
What was it about? Can you?
Yeah, no, I can tell you. Because you know what it said?
What?
Tournament schedule uploaded.
Oh, good. Tournament. Tournaments are usually, they take an hour, right?
More games! I had been going around, my only saving grace, okay? 2 days of incredibly limited sleep, Kyle, the last 2 days. Third day, knowing I have to get up on time so I can come record this.
Right, yeah.
And then go to the only saving grace was knowing I was going to the last baseball game.
So this day was circled on your calendar.
Man, I had stars. I used glitter pen. I had, I'm going to pull something out of the box and it's going to be confetti poppers when this thing's over.
So is it safe to say, because of course I need to relate this back to me.
Sure. No, I'd prefer that.
Your time here recording this podcast, it's a highlight of your day. Being with me. Highlight of the day?
It'd be hard to have a lower low light than what I have to look forward to. No offense.
Thank you.
Steve has a bookend to the last segment. I do want to say I am not at all disappointed in my son Reed. So for any family and friends that listen, he's been selected to the whatever it means to you as a 6-year-old all-star.
Boy.
Right?
Elite athletes in your home.
So I actually lied to you when I said there's 2 more games. Because that means I've got 3 more games.
Oh, you got the All-Star game? They got a like home run derby?
Can't wait. You like ground balls? Huh? You like ground balls? You like the inability to throw to first base to get a kid out? I'm sorry. We're moving on. We're moving on.
Yeah. You're beyond this. You're past this. By the way, I can recommend a good therapist.
Honestly.
I mean, just this unrelated to what we were talking about.
I wonder what it is. Like, would
They'll
it
tell
be,
you.
Would it be for no, not the root cause. Good Lord. That would be like I had to pay up front for 6 months just to get to that.
Yeah, it's a process to get there, but you're eventually going to get there. They're going to do some voodoo, and all of a sudden you're going to be like, oh, okay. I feel like I'm big proponent of therapy here. Big proponent.
But what do you think it is? What would it take for me to walk in here that would be the final straw? We're like, hey, man, I think you should seek someone out. You're bringing a lot of negative energy. By the way, if you ever use the term negative energy on this podcast is over. And I don't know if that's just extra grumpy Kyle talking or if that's more level-headed.
Maybe that. Okay, so we have our discussions about our side podcast that we should do.
Yeah.
For a long time, we've talked about how we could do a side podcast called But We digress.
Yes.
Of course, you have the award-winning Sports Tate.
Apples to apples.
Apples to apples.
Yeah.
We had one about pears. I forget what the...
All I remember is at Pear-Sode 1.
Episode 1.
Yeah, I forget what the actual podcast is called.
We talked about like Bartlett and Anjou
Yes.
pears. But maybe we do negative energy with Steve and Kyle. No, negative energy with Kyle.
Featuring Steve.
From time to time.
Yeah, because I don't want you to get sucked into this. It's like the tornado that carried Dorothy.
Yeah. I'm a chameleon.
From Kansas.
I'm a chameleon. I'm going to take on the mood of the room.
Yeah.
Something I have talked in depth about in therapy, which is where you should be.
You know what? And I hate to finger point here. But now that you mentioned the mood of the room, have you considered maybe this is a little bit your fault?
I hadn't.
Yeah. Maybe bring it to the next appointment and say,
No, I graduated. I'm out.
Maybe that's why Kyle's coming in grumpy, because the mood of the room that you're offering
is too positive.
You think that's the problem?
And you're just trying to swing that pendulum back the other way?
Listen, I come in this house and I've got Toby over the moon to see me. Mm-hmm. I've got your two kiddos who are working on scaring me every week I come in.
Yeah, today was a bad
effort. Bad effort. Also, 7:15 in the morning. Can't fully fault them. But yeah, I was waiting by your kitchen, and Nikki B heard the door, but was way too slow. Ran to hide behind the door when I was 20 feet past him.
Which you would walk through about 15 seconds earlier.
But then
you shouldn't have said anything.
I know. I should have just kept moving.
Still be there when you leave in 45 minutes.
God, kids are so dumb. You wait till you see him feel the grounder.
Maybe standing there with poop and pee running down his legs because he doesn't want to leave.
Mr. Kyle's coming.
I live here now.
But I come in with all that joy, all that happiness, because then they'll talk my ear off. I heard about Evelyn and you guys going to see a movie yesterday. Evelyn told me she got invited to a birthday party for her classmate Liam. Mm-hmm. All of these positive things. And then we come down into this room and I sit next to you.
I'm sorry?
And so
Do I not provide you with enough excitement?
Maybe there's not enough joy emanating from you, so I get that high, right? It's the heroin.
We're coming.
We're back
circle.
to heroin.
Maybe we need to do heroin. We've talked about it enough on this episode. Maybe we need to give it a try.
All right, now we need a heroin guy. If you're the guy, hook us up. Also, we don't want to spend our slush fund because we're saving it for cool things like dinosaurs or land.
Right. Yeah. You are. Boy, that's a whole side tangent of the things that you want to buy.
That is.
That money is burning a hole in your pocket.
I think I have a top 3. I think I texted you the top 3 this week.
Yeah.
Of what I want our now windfall to become.
Right. Again, we have high 3 digits.
Yeah.
Sitting in an account.
Sniffing 4. I think we'll get to 4 digits here in the next 2 weeks. And then at that point, you're going to need to take the password from me so I don't spend it.
Okay. So to you out there listening, Kyle and I always try to maintain we're the average guy. We're the everyman. When in reality, we're loaded.
We are absolutely racked with cash. Okay? Like, we don't know what to do. It's sitting in piles around us.
Yeah. Yeah. I try to maintain a low profile by driving around an 88 Jeep Comanche that leaks fuel and every other fluid, despite having disassembled the entire thing, replaced every gasket, and put it all back together. It's actually leaking more.
Oh boy, that really seems like you're espousing on something that's been bothering you lately.
No, not at all.
You know what? You know what that tells me, though? Because here's the thing. I'm a good podcast partner. Mm-hmm. It means I'm going to lay off the Comanche jokes for a while.
Appreciate that.
Because I don't need to, poke the bear.
No.
In that regard that, it's already something bothering you.
Yeah.
And you gotta learn, you gotta evolve.
That's another good podcast name, by the way. Poke the Bear.
Poke the Bear with Steve and Kyle.
Or we just antagonize people.
Jesus. We might as well just be TikTokers at that point, right? Go around and ask people with those stupid little lavalier mics to be like, Listen here, TikTok or real people, like Instagram real people, buy a normal microphone.
No.
Because you're holding this tiny little ball and you look like a real idiot.
All right. So
now I ask you.
Poke the bear with Steve and Kyle.
Add that to the list.
Yeah.
What should we get to for the second half of this episode?
I don't know.
Because I want to ask you, now I need to know what's going on with the Comanche. I want to talk about how we need to spend our money because it's not doing anything sitting there for us. It needs to be blown. I had to call the cops again this week.
Oh, to me, that is, when you texted me about that.
Yeah.
I forget what the wording of the text was, but you inferred, hey, just out here waiting for the cops to show up again. That supersedes everything.
Or if we want to keep Kyle's sanity for the day, I heard something on the radio and I thought, I need to ask Steve an off-the-wall career choice he would consider today because I had one that I thought I would love.
Oh, I kind of like that.
Right?
Yeah.
And
I think we can get to that and your...
Probably not the police.
No?
No, I that's going to be a bit of venting. I'm going to be a bit perturbed about that.
Oh, boy, I'd hate to see you get to that point.
Because I'm level-headed Kyle, right?
Right, yeah.
Hang on. I'm actually going to do the abbreviations in my head first before I be
LHK.
like, oh, yeah, hey, it's Hitler Kyle. So we just need to make sure we never have an abbreviation of 6 words that start with HITLER.
Yeah, or 3, like, kangaroo killer Kyle.
I need to ask you why you're a big dumb idiot who doesn't have a free TV.
Oh, boy.
Because I told you I'm a little bit disappointed in my own lack of luck and timing.
By the way, if anybody wants a 42-inch Insignia TV, non-working, please reach out to me. This has become the hardest thing in the world to give away.
Yeah.
And it's not even mine.
Busted TV.
I kind of want to bring it back to your house.
You can dump it in my dumpster. You know why? I hired a service this week, Steve.
You got a dumpster?
No, I'm paying someone to come bring my trash can down to the road and bring it up every time it gets picked up.
What?
Yeah.
How much you pay for that?
Local entrepreneur.
Oh, so a little dumb kid.
Real dumb kid.
We pay him like $1 a week or something?
Oh, boy. Now I feel dumb. $20 a month.
$20 a month?
So, yeah, he's going to come bring it down.
Actually, that's not bad. He comes to your house, 8 times then, basically?
Yeah,
once to bring it down, once to take it back up, times 4.
In my defense, I was charmed by the whole situation.
Okay.
Reed came downstairs on Wednesday and said, Dad, someone's knocking on the door. And apparently I can't hear anything. So I went out. And again, this is not what I wanted to get to. I have a hard out. 20 minutes.
Oh, I can't wait to tell you about the door knocker that came to our house.
Okay. Well, see, now everything's canceled.
There we go.
And I'll add all of these and we'll just add them to the list.
This might be the most, I don't even know what the word, frenetic? Is that where we're just kind of all over the place?
Yeah. Okay. So it's, wow. Oh, now I can't wait. Because I'm surprised you answered outside of your ring. I figured you would have either been in the bait, gone somewhere else and just answered via ring. Leave me alone. Something like, you know what I mean? Because I don't have a ring, but I need to.
You have 5 seconds. Get off the property.
But again, I teased that I had to call the police. I think I need to get a ring. Mm-hmm. So, this Reed said, hey, I think there's a kid from my school. He knocked on the door. I said, okay. So I came out because in my head, I'm probably a little bit grumpy already. And I was like, oh, great. Reed probably hit a kid, threw dirt in his face.
Or you're about to buy something that you don't need.
Oh, yeah.
Frozen cookie dough.
Oh, yeah. And I'm able-bodied enough to say, like, no, I don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. Right? But I opened the door, and it was, I think he said he was in 6th grade. And he was very clearly a little nervous, but something he wanted to do. He had a notepad in his hands, and he's explained the whole thing. Mm-hmm. My dad thought it would be a good idea if I wanted to do something like a business. And so, yeah, his idea was...
So he's giving you the pitch.
I'll bring
You're
down
the shark.
Yeah.
He's giving you the pitch.
I will bring down your trash can, and then I'll bring it up every week after it gets picked up.
Okay.
And I was working. Reed was there. I had dogs barking. Mm-hmm. And I told him, I said, let me talk about it with my wife. Can you come back? Right? Can you come back another time? He said, yeah, sure. And he left. And it took me 90 seconds before I felt bad. I texted Katie the interaction and said, I think I need to, I think I want to hire him. I don't know how many houses he has. Not the point. I want to be someone who helps him feel good about what he's doing, which is a nerve-wracking thing.
Oh, boy.
That's a nerve-wracking thing, Steve.
It's making me feel bad.
So I waited until the next day, and he didn't come back, and I thought, I posted on an informed page.
Oh, boy.
And laid out the whole situation. Because I knew the kid's name, and I said his dad was waiting in the road in this vehicle. Does anybody know? I'm assuming he's in this neighborhood, but does anybody know who he is? And can you send him back? Had 2 messages within about an hour, and next thing I know, doors knocking. Kid came back, explained to me, and I said, "Man, he had street names on the top of his notepad."
Oh, so he's organized.
So he's got it organized by street with house number, my name, and my phone number on it.
Wow.
And I said, "I'd like to hire you." And I said, "Can I pay you for through the end of the year?" I gave this kid $60.
Woo.
And I think he was over the moon.
Oh, yeah. He no doubt quadrupled the amount of money that he had ever seen in his life.
Yeah, he said he had 5 other houses that he had signed up before that. So, and then
dude, this kid is killing it.
it's a smart thing for a kid.
Yeah.
It's not mowing lawns because where I'm like, well, I don't want liability of if this idiot slips, falls, and gets his foot chewed up by a lawnmower. I don't want any of that liability. But for something like this,
Pretty low risk.
I already have no issues doing this chore. This is it's 30 seconds. But you know what? I decided I think I'll make him feel good that someone's signing up for this service, right? That he thought of or that his dad thought of. So
you're trying to negotiate the price down.
I almost thought I'd given him. I also didn't want to feel like I was taking a 6th grader for a run for his money because his dad wasn't with him. His dad, to this dad's credit,
Dad stayed
away, said, "Son, you can go talk." Yep. So I have a feeling if I had told this kid, "I'll give you 30 for the year," does he feel obligated to say yes?
Yeah, he would. He doesn't know how to say no.
And I don't want to do that. That doesn't seem right. I'm not a Steve in that situation. I'm not a jerk in that situation. I wouldn't do that. So I was using the power of these Facebook groups. So honestly, that's a real upset for me because in the last 3 days of, again, Kyle being just slightly over standard grumpy.
Yeah. SG.
There's a good chance I throw a tomato at that kid and yell at him to get off the porch.
Get off my land!
But I didn't. And I paid this young Samaritan, this young business entrepreneur. I didn't shoo him away. I didn't have a terrible conversation. I felt happy about what I did to help this kid in his future endeavors. So what did you do to some poor unsuspecting idiot who came upon your porch? I did good this week. And I called the cops. But I did something good this week.
I had actually forgotten about this.
So before knowing anything about this, before even telling my story, days removed from this situation, is this something you feel okay about? Is this something you feel, just based on your mannerisms, I'm guessing, I know the answer, but I want clarification. Is it something you feel okay about, or is it something you feel bad about? Or good about? And maybe it goes the other way. Maybe you're reveling in the idea of that tomato that smacked the lady on the side of the head.
You know something? I'm just going to tell you the story, and then you can assign whatever feeling you have.
I'll guess how you feel at the end. Oh, boy.
So, similarly, a couple weeks ago, here at the house, ding dong.
I already just don't like where I already feel just a bit off enough that you're not happy with how this turned out. So I'm trying to brace myself. I'm sorry.
I think you might be on my side.
Huh.
Because of certain things that you talked about with your interaction with young Johnny Trashman guy.
Yeah.
By the way, does he do my neighborhood?
Could I send him your way?
It might be a bit of a hike for him if he
I mean, listen, I think there's sidewalks the whole way. He just has to cross
like
3 major intersections with no lights.
Yeah, he's fine. So, ding dong. First thing I do, pull out my phone, tap the notification on the Ring app. What do I see? 2 kids. One standing right at the front door, one kind of about halfway up the driveway.
Estimate those ages for me if you could.
I would say that they're probably 10, 11 years old. Both of them wearing football jerseys for the local football team.
Right, like the Cub football team, probably at their elementary school.
It was, it's a definitely elementary, middle school age. They're wearing this shirt. They're wearing the football jerseys for our town. So I think, all right, I know what this is. I'm going to go open the door, listen to them, because it's probably going to be, we're selling
pizzas, cookie dough, sausage and cheese.
Yep, because
those are like the three big ones.
We need new uniforms, or we're funding our trip to the whatever. Mm-hmm. Open the door. Now I'm beaming because I love this. I love the neighborhood that we're in. I love the community feel.
Are you susceptible to, without knowing if this was a fundraiser, are you susceptible to that?
I've done it before.
Okay.
Done it plenty of times.
But
I would say at least half a dozen times. Mm-hmm. We've gotten the knock on the door. A lot of times we get the knock for the kids that are collecting the recyclables.
Yep.
Because here in our area, you return them, you get 10 cents per. Yeah. So they'll say,
go find your own free money, idiots.
What a hassle it is doing that, though. I hate it. I hate everything about it.
See, I don't mind it because Reed likes it. I mean, I get it. Like the idea of loading it all up in, what do you have? Trash bags?
Yeah, boy, this is so convenient. I get to take my smelly garbage back to the grocery store, feed it into a machine that's going to spit out a ticket that I can only spend at that grocery store.
I think you can get cash for it if you bring it up to the desk, but then you got to wait in line behind all the other idiots renting carpet cleaners and getting lotto tickets.
Yeah. Degenerates.
Idiots.
Who cleans their carpet? Anyway, so I'm like, all right. I'm on the hook. At this point, I'm walking to the door knowing, all right, I'm on the hook for at least $20, $30.
Got your wallet. You're ready to spend.
Like open the door. How's it going, man?
Friendly welcome.
Yeah. Always. How's it going, man? We're doing this for the team.
Oh, God almighty. Does he happen to know a gaggle of 6-year-olds who play Little League?
Kyle, I am not underestimating how this interaction went. We're doing this for the team, and he hands me a piece of paper.
Okay. That's the whole explanation?
And I said, oh, okay. Again, I'm Johnny Positive here.
You're the pitchee.
I'm replying. I'm like, come on, man. Sell me. Sell me on your junk.
Yep.
Don't want it, don't need it, but I'm gonna buy it.
Yep.
Because I want to support the school system, the team, whatever it is. You could show up and say we're raising money to fill in a hole in my backyard, and I'm gonna say, all right, sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. You're ready for $15 bags of colored popcorn. Exactly. Whatever is coming your way, you're gonna spend.
Give me the one-time price. I don't want to sign up for a subscription like some idiot.
Yeah, you don't want a magazine.
I don't want a service that shows up to my house to take my garbage cans down because that's simple to do.
It's very simple. Paying double the price of like every streaming service.
It's like 2 Netflixes.
It really is. I could gift 2 free Netflixes to people in need. Of course, if you're needy, you probably don't care about Netflix. But I could gift 2 subscriptions for the same price that...
But we digress.
That's not the point.
Here is doing this for the team.
Yeah. Okay.
And I look at the paper, and it does not clearly say what they're doing. It's not like I don't know. I think maybe this kid has social anxiety, and he's not sure how to, he's uncomfortable. Doesn't want to interrupt.
Yeah.
I'm sensitive to that. Okay. Yeah. As for the team. Oh, what are you guys doing? We just look at that, and if you want to.
Oh, God.
And I'm looking at this paper, and again, I mean, if it were to clearly say, buy this to support our trip to whatever.
Right. Hey, we're going to Tahiti. Like, why does a group of 11-year-olds need to play football in Tahiti? I don't know.
Don't know.
But they've decided that's where they need to go.
But I'm looking at this paper, because there's always the levels. You buy this, it's $40. Buy this, it's $25. Buy this, it's $15. And I'm just scanning the paper, and it's just a full sheet of words. And I'm not going to stand there and read it. So
you even did the follow-up.
I did.
Of what is it?
So what is you just you pick the thing and so at this point I don't have any idea what they're selling. I don't have any idea how much it is, and I don't know what the money is going to. And Junior Sales Boy is giving me zero information.
Yeah, let's talk about this kid's future. It ain't anything public facing.
Not in sales. Not in sales.
Somebody get that kid a desk job. Wait a minute. That's me.
So,
bright future, young man. Bright future.
So we're about 8 seconds into this interaction.
Mm-hmm. Steve, what'd you do? Because the way you sunk your head tells me you did something here that you're not happy with.
Handed the paper back, said no thanks, and closed the door in his face.
Jesus Christ. Mr. Community, Mr. Support the Troops, parentheses football.
Right, yeah, the football troops.
And you slam the door in a kid's face.
I mean, I didn't slam it.
Because he's not Will Smith in The Pursuit of Happiness level sales.
He's got a long way to go.
So you want him to earn it to come back down the sack to get the buck.
First thing I did was pull up the Ring Cam app. And like 10 seconds later, he was still standing there.
He was probably so taken
just
aback.
Looking around. And then I watched him turn around to his buddy who was in the driveway and do the thing where both palms to the sky. Because no doubt that was the first denial they had gotten. And Annette said, because she wasn't at the door, she was like, oh, who was that? And I said, a kid. Like, oh, was he trying to sell you something? And I said, I don't know. His sales pitch was terrible.
Sorry, I'm just posting a poll. Who would you guess would have a better interaction with an elementary school door knocker? And I think we know the way that poll's going to go.
But come on, he didn't even give me any sales pitch.
I'm curious.
Because what would you have done if the kid had showed up and been like, I don't know, this is a thing for the team?
I probably would have like leaned in and said, hey, like, not saying like, can you speak up or like, what are you selling? I mean, you described it as 8 seconds. Can we say? Can you? I'll
Time is money, Kyle.
I'll post Time is money. I'll post it on the poll as well. Can you say you tried with 8 seconds?
Maybe put is time money.
And then yeah, obviously.
Look, man, I got stuff to do. I'm busy.
Tell me how do you think this would? I have a feeling if it was even 10% better, you may have been more susceptible. But I also feel like Annette probably has a little stiffer spine in this regard, where she probably would have just said, no thanks today. Like, we're not interested. I'm not saying Annette would have slammed the door in a kid's face because he mumbled for 8 seconds.
Again, slamming the door, that you're making a leap.
I have to go back and pull the audio. I'm pretty sure you said whipped the door closed in his face.
Yeah, this affected me. I'm sure it affected him a bit more, but I mean, we're talking about me here.
Do we think we can get him back? Can you post on the neighborhood page?
Absolutely not.
The SAC Facebook page and say, hey, I ran out of time. There were some kind young kids selling their wares for the football team, and I didn't have time to hear the pitch. If they're around here, can you send them back so I can buy some magazines and sausage?
That's what it would be.
No question. Can we do that? Can I get your promise this week?
No,
that you'll
absolutely. I'm not even going to lean in a little bit.
Then it doesn't seem like you really are bothered by it.
I'm not.
Okay.
I was at the time, but I'm over it now.
So this week, one of us encouraged a young kid nervous about, trying to make some money for himself and to pick himself up by his bootstraps. And one of us slammed the door in kids' faces.
See, I look at this.
And if you label that blindly, like if we went to tell that to someone who didn't know the situation.
I see what you're saying.
I'm door slammer, right?
But let's look at it from another perspective. This week, one of us got taken to the cleaners by a kid that knew exactly what he was doing. So you won't believe it. This idiot.
Jesus.
He's giving me $20. I'm never coming back. You gave him $60. You paid him through the end of the year.
I was the first.
What
one
if he
on
does
this.
a crappy job week one?
Oh man.
I mean, you have to critique him,
Yeah,
right?
well, you mentioned it.
On a weekly basis. I want you to be blowing up his phone or his parents' phone and be like, hey,
Oh god.
tell Jimmy.
It's a bad time to tell you I don't have any contact info.
You didn't sign a contract?
I told you I was really impressed with his notepad.
Dude, this kid went back to his dad in the car and said, this idiot
Yeah.
didn't even get my name.
I w-
Do you know his name?
No. Oh god. And now that I say this out loud, I said that he said he had 5 customers.
Uh-huh.
That's the only one on that page.
Kyle.
He got cleaned out by a 6th grader. He might not even be a 6th grader.
He's 22.
Yeah, he's a 22-year-old who just looks the part.
So what you're saying is one of us made a smart financial decision this week.
Can I have you come over
And the
fire
other
a-
one is not you.
Can I have you come over and fire a 6th grader for me? You got to claw the money back too, though. Give you half.
So I get $30?
$30 if you
Oh,
fire. If you can go to this kid's house, fire him to his face, and claw that money back.
Yeah, I'll dress
give
up
you
in a
half.
suit. Say, I'm Mr. Kyle's lawyer.
Oh yeah, print off some docs from Google.
It's just completely overwhelmed this kid. Like, cease and desist and, I don't know, other lawyer terms. You're in contempt.
Citation.
Well, I'm glad that we agree that you made a terrible financial move and I'm a business genius.
I didn't get to anything that I needed to.
No,
this week.
nothing.
All I did was complain about Little League, and you complained about a door knocker.
Yeah.
God, I'm grumpy.
Again, give you the name. A really good therapist.
Well, I'll have to watch a bunch of idiots throw dirt on their heads.
And this is just game 1 of the tournament?
No, fun. This is regular season.
Oh, good. Not even at the tournament yet.
You want to come along?
No.
You guys busy? Free this morning?
Yeah, no. I saw so much stuff going on. Taking the Comanche out for a joyride today.
No, that turd. Sorry, I just said I wasn't going to do
Don't
that.
lash out. Don't lash out.
That's me.
You're lashing out because you're happy or you're unhappy
Yep.
with your lot in life.
Text me that therapist, would you?
Right here in the neighborhood, too.
Oh, good. In home.
No, not in home.
Oh, okay. So say maybe I could just do podcast and then go there.
At Stephen Kyle, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and the other one that I can never remember the name of.
Blue Sky, Steve.
Blue
We're
Sky.
on Blue Sky. I'm back there. I'm doing more on Blue Sky.
I've never gone to that. Are we on Threads?
No, that's a step too far.
Okay.
I don't know why. That was a step too far.
That's just way too many. All right. At Stephen Kyle, all the social medias. Talk to you next week.
See ya.